Did you know that I spent 27 years in prison before becoming the first black president of South Africa? I'm Nelson Mandela, known for leading the fight against apartheid. But I've also faced tragedies, like the loss of my son in a car accident. If you want to learn more about my life, stay on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Together, let's learn about the importance of resilience and reconciliation. I was born on July 18, 1918, in the small village of Mvezo, in the Transkei region of South Africa. As part of the Thembu nobility, my original name Rololola means branch puller, a colloquial expression for troublemaker. I was the first member of my family to attend school, where a teacher gave me the English name Nelson, a common practice in those days. During my youth, I listened to the stories of bravery of my ancestors during the wars of resistance and dreamed of making my own contribution to the fight for the freedom of my people. At 23, fleeing an arranged marriage, I arrived in Johannesburg, where I worked as a security guard and later as a law firm clerk, which sparked my interest in law. My love life has been complex. My first marriage to Evelyn Mace, a nurse, ended in part due to my political activities. Later, I married Winnie Madikizela, with whom I shared my fight for freedom, but ultimately, we also separated. I finally found tranquility with Graça Machel, my partner until the end of my days. One of my most significant achievements was becoming the first black president of South Africa in 1994. After spending 27 years in prison for fighting against the apartheid regime, my election not only marked the end of this oppressive system, but also set an important precedent for reconciliation and unity in my country. My government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by fighting economic inequality and promoting policies of racial inclusion. We implemented changes in areas such as housing, education, and healthcare, working tirelessly to improve the lives of the most disadvantaged South Africans. In 1993, together with Frederick Willem de Klerk, the last president of apartheid, we received the Nobel Peace Prize. This award not only recognized our contributions to peace in South Africa, but also symbolized the power of dialogue and reconciliation over division and conflict. Although I fought tirelessly for the rights of my people, I always found time for my family. I was a father to 6 children, and despite the many challenges and sacrifices, I always strived to be a dedicated husband and father. After a long battle against a recurring lung infection, I said goodbye to this world on December 5, 2013. For months, my health had been failing, but my spirit never weakened. My departure occurred at my home in Johannesburg, surrounded by my beloved family. My death marked the end of an era in South Africa and in the world. But an even greater tragedy was the loss of my son Magatho in 2005 due to AIDS. At that time, I decided to speak openly about his disease, something unusual in South African society. I did it in the hope of combating the stigma associated with this disease and to raise awareness about the importance of prevention and treatment. My life was not without tragedies and challenges, but each one of them taught me valuable lessons. I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. I learned that education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. And I learned that no matter how narrow the path, nor how charged with punishments the judgment, I am the master of my destiny. I am the captain of my soul. My legacy is not defined by my death, but by my life and what I achieved. I fought for freedom and equality, and I witnessed the transformation of South Africa from a country divided by racial hatred to a nation united in diversity. I invite you to keep exploring more lives of people who have marked history. Each of us has the potential to change the world in our own way. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching more videos to learn, reflect, and find inspiration in the lives of these extraordinary people.